Welcome to African Female Voices, Amplified Voices Corner. My name is Lebo, the founder of African Female Voices. I'm joined by the incredible Thelma, who is one of our writers based in Botswana. We are very excited to have Farah with us today. She has done incredible work in amplifying African female voices, I could say so. So it's not just about writing stories, appearing on social media. We are also very big on impact. And I believe Farah is a strong representation of what impact is through her Cuppling Foundation. As you guys know, there is an ongoing issue of women getting the proper care and proper resources for their menstrual cycle, especially in Africa. I know there's been a lot of initiatives around running NPOs that will donate things such as sanitary pads, but I believe Farah has an alternative, which is more sustainable, and she's doing pretty amazing things, and we're so excited to have her on this part of our podcast. And we believe that in sharing her journey, not only will it ignite a level of social responsibility for people who've thought of things that they can do to create impact, but your entrepreneurial spirit. I think that's something a lot of Africans can resonate with. We are very resourceful people, and we're excited to have you here. So we will hand over to Thelma to ask questions around Farah's work and Farah's working in the space of making sure that we have the proper care during our menstrual cycle.
Thank you so much, Lebo. So I think without wasting any more time, I would like Ms. Farah to just maybe quickly just tell us about herself, from starting with basically her, where she comes from and all that, and then we'll just read into like her interest in the menstrual health, where it stemmed from, and when she realized it was just more than an interest, she actually wanted to pursue.
I'm Farah Abdulla, and I'm the co-founder of the Cuplings Foundation. My dad was born in Botswana, in Ramosa, and my mom is from England, but grew up in Botswana since she was 10 years old. So Botswana was my home. I was born in South Africa, so South Africa also has a really close connection to me. Went to school in Botswana and then managed to get to England on a scholarship and do my studies there. So yeah, I've been in Africa my whole life. I'm a teacher by profession, so we are a family of teachers, my grandma, my mom, and I. I actually got a scholarship to go to med school and then decided that's not what I wanted to do. Became a teacher, and then I also, about 9 years ago, branched into nutrition and holistic health.
Okay, cool. Just to expand further on your journey, the elephant in the room is that you are not, quote unquote, a Black African woman. Yes. Yeah. And you have European descent, but you have been very much involved in the work of not just for the Black women, but the work around providing the proper menstrual care for a woman of color. Can you maybe expand on your challenges navigating the space as a woman who is not quote unquote Black? How have you been received in communities that you've been helping? And what does it mean for you to be in a space of Africans and identify as an African?
So basically, so my mom's European and my dad is Indian. So I'm of mixed race. And it's weird because society, obviously I'm not an African woman of color and appearance, but I guess of heart and soul, because that's where I grew up. Those are the people I know. They are my community. And like, you know how, so my mom was a single mom. So I was basically raised by her and my maternal grandma, her mom. And I mean, in the Western world, we call people who look after us maids. In Africa, we call them our aunties. Because basically, I mean, I don't have to explain this to Africans, but to the rest of the world, we are a community. These ladies who we call aunties, they live in our houses, they look after us, they cook for us, they raise us. So someone who does that, you would consider your mom. So that's why I feel like I'm so drawn to helping African women, because they helped me. That's how I grew up. They are my community. I wasn't just raised in Europe and then hopped over to Africa to do this work. I was raised by African community, you know? So I feel it's so deep in my heart because these are my people. These are the people who I learned all my morals from. These are the people who taught me how to love and to, there's so much richness in their heart that they've shown to me that I need to now give back.
Within the African society, we view people of your descent as having a white savior syndrome, quote and unquote, trying to save the poor African who doesn't have menstrual care. But I know for you, it's different in a sense that you have been within the context. You know the challenges that we face. It's not just hearsay. It's not something that media has taught you. You've been in these spaces. Maybe if you could expand further into that, and then I'll ask Thelma to jump in and ask you further questions with regards to how you started your foundation.
So basically, to also give you a bit of background, when my grandma moved to Botswana, it must have been 50 something years ago on my mom's side, because my dad's family are all from there. She started a nursery school being a teacher. And for her, it was more, I guess, maybe being of European descent. She was like, I need to help Africans. She was one of those who really wanted to make a difference in the community she was in. So for her, it was about uplifting Africans and the people who are going to run our country to make it a better place. So I guess I learned from her, like all of her morals were put onto me as well as from the auntie who grew me up. So that's where I kind of get this helpful moral that I have. But I'm not here to save anyone. Whether I'm doing work in America, Australia, UK, Africa, I don't want to be someone's crutch, because then I don't believe you're helping people. If you're going to feed someone every day, they're not going to learn how to catch their own fish. So my thing is, let me help you get a leg up in life. I'm not going to be saving you. I'm here helping you. I'm giving you resources. Take them if you want to, don't, but I'm here to help because you didn't choose to have a period, right?
Okay, cool. I was about to send a reaction. You know, Zoom has these reactions. I was about to send a clapping reaction, then I realized that it's going to show. But I definitely applaud you for the stance that you've taken and how you've explained it. And I think it resonates with a lot of actually Black women who are like me, who are part of the middle class, who have moved out of the township, who've moved out of villages, who are also viewed as the way you've explained, who are seen as people who should have resources to help, but then when you come in and help, it's like, okay, you're trying to show us that you're the one who got out. So I resonate a lot with what you've mentioned. Over to you, Thelma.
Sorry to like butt in, but you know, I think when you've grown up with a certain group of people, so like when I went to school, I think there were only like 2 other white people in my class and like an Indian person. So all my friends were obviously Black. And growing up in that community, you start to learn when I say cultural differences compared to my dad's Indian side, my mom's European side, and the Black side, that you actually start to learn about people. And that's why I feel like I can support African women better, because all my friends were African women. You know, I didn't just rock up here and say that I have the answer to all your problems. I've been through the problems with them.
Okay. In addition, because I as much as you explain, it clearly shows that you grew up here and everything. Like, so your experience and other people's experiences, like you've seen them firsthand, and that is why at this point you made it somewhat a mandate for you to actually chop in and just try and help where you could. Like, you just explained it, that not everybody, the way you've grown, like your household and definitely somebody else's household, your friends and all that, you've seen the differences, and they definitely had warmed up your heart. My question here is, so when did the Cuplings Foundation charity organization start? And like, obviously you've already explained the inspiration behind it, but I just want to know about like.
Kind of a hard one to answer, because officially we launched last year when we had our Christmas challenge. But yeah, foundations are always like 5 years in the making. So I've been researching this I've been using Menstrual Cup for 7 years. And so that's when my research started. And then I actually wanted to put a kit together, and that was 3 years ago now. So
Yeah.
that's when it officially started. 7 years ago for my personal development, and then 3 years ago to develop the kit, and then we launched last year.
Yeah, talking about menstrual cups, that's actually quite an innovative way to tackle the whole period situation. Why was this idea important to you, and how did you actually come up with it?
So it was actually because I said that I was like, I'm very big into health, nutrition, complementary health, because that's what I studied. I was actually personally trying to find a way to not use tampons and pads because of all the stuff that I've read about them with the toxicities, all the dyes and chemicals that they have in them. I was thinking to myself, why am I putting this inside of me? Also, when we all go to school, it's like, it's still a stigma. It's embarrassing in front of your class having to go change your tampon. It's embarrassing having the pad there and you can't really do things at school, you know?
Yeah.
So it was more of a personal journey. I think always the best things always start when you've lived through them. And then I found a menstrual cup when I went to visit my family in England, and I started using one. And I was like, wait, why are people not using these things? It's like, so it's the most amazing thing I've ever used. And then I obviously thought to myself, if you think about it, society always wants us to use what's going to make them money. If I want to use something that's going to last me 10 years, the big guys are not going to make money out of it, are they? So for me, it's never been about, oh, let's make money. I'm like, no, everyone should have an equal opportunity to have access to this and not have to think about it for 10 years to buy another kit. So yeah, that's where it came about. And because I was a teacher, I used to sit on the floor with the kids, play with them. And I was like, oh, I don't have to change my menstrual cup for 12 hours. I can go to work, sit with the children, play with them, do my teacher duties, and go home and change it. And I'd look at my staff, because I worked with 27 ladies. And I was like, imagine going home in a combi, thinking that you've got to change that tampon, or thinking that you got to change your pad, or leaving the children in class to go and change it. I was like, this is not fair. Why do I get to do it?
Life. It's not.
Yeah, but I didn't have enough money to, because at that time I was like, right, I'm going to buy all the teachers menstrual cups, and they were like, I don't know, 600. The one I got was like $600 for one cup. I was like, this is not sustainable on our wallet. So yeah, that's when my brain started. And that was that little 2-year journey of me, like, I've got to find cups that are a good value, but of the best quality that I would use. How can we do this? So I think that was the little seed that was planted. And then I was speaking to friends, and with my co-founder, I found out that girls like are missing so many days of school because of their period. And I was like, wait, this is not fair. I was granted a scholarship because I went to school and made the effort to get my grades high, perform well. If I could not go to school for 7 days every month, I would not have had that opportunity. And then it upset me. And I think as a teacher, I was like, wait, education's so big for me. And you got these girls staying at home or using toilet paper and using newspapers because they cannot afford products, and products that I don't believe in, like tampons and pads, because of their toxicity. So I was like, no, I need to find a solution to this. And that's kind of where it all started.
I want to further know about the whole process, the materials that I use, since you just mentioned that pads and tampons are not entirely safe. So my question exactly is the materials that I use for the cups, what are they, and how do you guys ensure safety as compared to the other products?
So basically, I mean, I've got a lot of informational videos like on our website about tampons and pads. And I'm not here, my mission's not to knock tampons and pads. My mission is to educate people into what they're putting inside their body. Even as a nutritionist, I'm not here to knock fizzy drinks. I just want you to know what will happen if you do, and show you all the case studies of like tampons and pads and how certain ones are related to cancer. It's just my mission to make sure that everyone's healthy. So I obviously had to try all the cups myself. It was quite a journey. So I had my own cup, and then I'd been using it, I guess, 5 years. And then this is when I tried these new ones for Cuplings. Got loads of cups, made sure that they were FDA approved, which is really big for me. I like to know that there's a body that looks at the quality of your cups. And actually, a lot of cups on the market right now are not. And CE marked, which is the European standard of FDA. So those were my two main things. And then the medical grade silicone, you can get menstrual cups in rubber or silicone. For me, it was definitely silicone because it's the most safest. And there's no really bad, like there's no studies been done to show how it's harmful. There's no harmful effects of silicone. We got our medical grade silicone, and then our cups are obviously purple, so they have dye in them, but it's natural dyes. So I was like, wait, it's just medical grade silicone. That's it. That's all I'm putting inside my body. Yeah, there's no funny chemicals. There's no dyes. Yeah. So I tried all the cups. I needed to know that they were really comfortable. I needed to know that they didn't leak. And yeah, it was a big process. I found the ones that I liked. And yeah, if you look at a lot of companies, they just sell one cup and we sell 3. And my thing behind that was not one size fits all. Because I can't be coming here saying that I'm going to give you a solution to a problem, but it comes with conditions. No. So if I talk about tampons, you get like mini, regular, and super, let's say. Mm-hmm. If I just say, Thelma, I'm giving you a lifetime of mini tampons, and you're like, wait, Farah, but that's not going to work for me. Like, I've got a heavy flow.
Yeah.
And I say, right, okay, cool. Then next year or when I can, I'll give you the super. That's not going to work. If I gave you a whole pack and said, here are the different sizes, choose which one works for you and you can use them for 10 years, that is actually giving you a solution. So that's where the 3-cup kit came. And it was the first in the world because, again, like I say, it doesn't make monetary value for companies to do that. I'm literally giving you a kit and saying goodbye for 10 years.
I'll see you next time.
In 10 years, yeah. Not when you maybe need another size, you can come back.
Like next month or something.
Yeah. So as well as our 3 cups, we also give this little sterilizing pot, which for me was really important. Because when I first used mine, I had to just get a pot and boil my stuff and keep it for myself. I couldn't obviously use it in the kitchen. But yeah, I thought to myself, I'm here trying to give these things to girls. How are they going to clean their cups? People don't have access to a pot that you should be using for cooking. They're going to take that and use it to clean their cup. It just doesn't make sense. So yeah, I got that as well.
And we're going to clean it in the most ordinary way, which is just wash and go.
Yeah, so you can do that as well, which you can use this for as well.
Nice. I actually appreciate the fact that you're not selling something you haven't used on people, like how so many people do right now. So it's very easy because it's very easy in a sense that you get to go through whatever changes that may happen before you sell it out, and you definitely know what to do and what not to do. So
I mean, we only get our periods like once a month. So I had to literally try it out, like the first time swimming, the next time running, seeing how the leakage was. Like it was a lot to go through. But if I like it, then someone else is definitely going to like it because I'm really thirsty. And I can't be giving someone something that's substandard, you know? If I'm going to use it, then okay, if she's using it, then if anything's going to happen, she's going to get it, which she's not willing to do.
Exactly. And as much as you are here to try and help, you might as well give out the best help instead of something that we are all going to be skeptical
and
about.
To be honest, this cup that I'm like, the Cuplings cup now, is so much more comfier than the first one I ever got. So yeah, I can't stop using it. And I'm not just saying that.
I'll quickly go through your bio in Instagram. You say our mission is to provide 10 million women and schoolgirls with #period freedom. Yeah. How has the journey to reaching that goal been so far?
So it's been really good. So obviously we can't do everything alone. It's just, we don't have enough time to reach 10 million women just as the Cuplings Foundation. So what we've done is we have like partnered up with other foundations around Africa, just like you guys have, and they're called our friends on the ground. So we have someone in Nigeria, someone in Uganda, someone in Malawi, and we've all come together on this same mission to provide period freedom, which I think is really nice. It's again showing our community and our collectiveness as Africans. So they're helping us reach our 10 mil, and we're also then working on the ground here. We've gone to Bafokeng High School, and we're working with the Bafokeng Nation now to give their girls period freedom. And it's going really, really well. Everyone's like, at first, they're kind of shocked when they see these cups, and it's like this woman, this white girl coming and like selling them this dream. But then when they actually start to use it and like they realize the benefits of it, they're like, whoa, this is real. And for me, like when that little swap comes and you can see how happy they are to go onto these menstrual cups is like priceless. So yeah, we're doing well. We're reaching our goals slowly but surely, one cup at a time.
That is very amazing. That's quite awesome. And I love the idea that you guys are not trying to reach out to like 10 million girls or women all by yourself, but instead partnering with some of the organizations that also have like similar missions, which is very nice.
I always say, I've said in a few of my interviews that we are all one tree. We may be different branches. So for us as a foundation, it's not like we're asking for donations, give us donations so we can help girls. So we've got this whole community on our website where, you know what, if you want to go and donate to the foundation in Kenya, for us, that's fine. We're so happy that you are actually helping girls. And that's where the 10 million comes in. It is, like I always say, it's a community. And if we can do it together, it doesn't matter if it's coming through us
or through somebody else. That's actually one of the most amazing missions people can ever have for other people. What do you guys have any other goals apart from the whole reaching 10 million women? What are other goals for your organization?
Yeah, so for us, it's not only about giving out kits and getting girls onto menstrual cups. Obviously, that has a rollover effect of if you're giving that to a girl, they've got to step up, they can help their family more, they can go to work, they won't be missing school. All of those domino effects that come with that, we're happy with. But for us as well, it's about education and community. So we've got our whole menstrual health community, if you go to our website, where we've like interviewed and partnered with people around the world who are teaching about menstruation, about period pain, nutrition, and like menstrual management. So it's not just take this kit, we are giving you a holistic approach to menstruation. Come onto our website. If you've got period pains, we'll give you a lady who can coach you and do that with you. So yeah, we're kind of like a resource library for menstruation as well. So that's really important for us. And education. You don't even have to use our kit. Let us educate you on menstruation so that you understand your body better.
This is very inspirational. It's very amazing that we get to learn so much, or we just never really know so much, or just get to like get into the internet and learn so much. And when we get to meet people like you, think organizations like yours, and then when I reflect to where I'm at, because currently I'm in Kasane, and I'm quite sure, as much as I didn't know, half of the people here would probably think, I'm one of the students that just know so much. And if I am considered that way, then what else about the kids that never really have been to Gaborone instead, or have been to any other? So getting to learn about this is actually helping me to also know that I can spread word out there and see how I can also come to you guys and tell you guys what's going on and how we could like both see what we could do as African Female Voices and as the Cuplings Foundation. So my last question is basically, how can we as African Female Voices and other people who could be very interested in your organization help in possibly any other upcoming projects that you may have, or just from even here, this moment?
So basically, we're not a foundation that likes to always ask for donations. We have the donation portal open on our website, but I think, let's be honest, as human nature, we always get tired of people asking, please help here, please help there. So for us, it's about spreading awareness. And when you feel it in your heart, help how you want to help. So we have our website. If you want to donate anything, it's there. But we do have a Christmas challenge that we do every year, Christmas time. And it's gift of giving, really. It's 250 Rand, and that's it, to give a kit to a girl. That's what we do. And yeah, if you can share our stuff on social media, for us, it's about creating awareness. So if we can just do that together and support each other, that would just mean a lot.
So before I can hand over to Lebo, I just want to take the time and thank you so much for approving our request and for just teaching us so much about your organization. And I definitely know what to do now, and I know how to help as compared to just going through or browsing through your social media. So I am quite sure that my team and I are super excited to also just share the word about the organization and the journey and how we could help as the community and the society and just maybe the world at large, because nowadays the world isn't as big as it used to be before. So thank you very much.
Thank you. And you can also see on our website, it's not just me. We're actually a community of women, and it's really nice because we all speak different languages. We're all of different ages. So like when we go to speak to the girls, there's different culture barriers. I mean, still, even though I grew up in Africa, there's still a culture barrier at times. So yeah, it's really nice that we, again, at the foundation have come together as a community to make sure that the word is spread. And I really think that shows how Africans can come together.